Thank you very much. So welcome everyone to Data Minutes 2022. I think my is fourth, well, I don't remember, fourth, fifth sessions already. There are so many in short time. And my name is Mikey Bronowski. I'm currently working as database engineer in the southern UK. I'm a Microsoft Data Platform MVP and Microsoft trainer. And my pronouns are he, him. If you want to get in touch with me after the session, my email is mikeybronowski@gmail.com, or you can follow me on Twitter and message me there. And today I wanted to show you some things I've spotted, I learned working with Management Studio and with SQL Server. So first we need to create a working environment. So I thought about creating the database called Data Minutes because that names feel really good. And I don't know why, maybe it's because of Friday, but it feels really good. So I created the database, and if you spotted that, there's Ben here. And you may ask what Ben is doing here. So Ben is responsible for keeping the time. And I can show you this one. So Ben will let me know if I'm late. So he will give me time. Maybe not every fraction of a second, but he will do that. And I'm also prepared because I know the second path is monitored by William. So in case they swap, I have a backup. So in case William has to do this, I have William telling me like, you're late 4 times. So I get this. And the database is created. Okay, so now let's create some tables because, well, the empty database doesn't do much. So I'm tired of using the data types names, the classical one, the nvarchar, nchar, or char. I decided to go full Shakespeare and using more of a sentence for data type. So instead of nvarchar, I'm using national character varying, or instead of float, I will use double precision. And to be safe later on, I'm going to leave that extra comma in the table definition, just in case I need to add extra column or something else. So let's create that. I'm not sure if I expected that, but it works. And that comma doesn't really work for table variables. This will fail. So don't use that in table variables. So let's see how the table definition looks like now. And we can see that it reverted to the old boring names. So the long names are the ANSI synonyms for data types. So you can use them and if you are really bored. Let's now load some data into our table. So I'm using the method to insert into select. And to do so, I need to provide the column names for my table. So you remember that I created the column names as the old type names, the boring ones. So I refer them to just the column name, then the table name dot column name, the schema name, table, and the column. And I want to make sure this one is a float column. The last one is in the square brackets because that's a reserved keyword. So I'm going to run this, and well, Ben is going to run this 5 times. Ben did the great job here, and I will show you that this one failed because national is a reserved keyword and it won't work. And unlike the other highlighted here words, they are not reserved keywords. We can use them as column names. To make sure we have loaded all the data, all of them are here, even this one, which doesn't seem right? But it works. So we have a table, we have database table and data. Now let's create some procedure. Procedures in databases are important, even though they don't do nothing like mine procedures. So I'm going to create a procedure called A:1 and A:2. Because yeah, I like to complicate stuff. And so it's not too complicated. I decided to skip the parameter names because I'm not too creative in this area. So I will just use the @ symbol for the parameter name and @ for the second parameter name, because yeah, the names for parameters are difficult. So I have problems with creating them. And as you can see, the procedure works. The creation of the procedure works. Although remember that if you want to run something like that, it won't work. And you may ask why, but I'm cheating a little bit here because I use the procedure called E instead of A. So the number 3 here means it requires group 1 and 2 before we create number 3. You can check this out on the Microsoft Docs. Don't use it. And now I'm going to run the procedures to show you they actually work. They do stuff. So one showed me something and the second showed me something. So if you see this somewhere in the code, you wonder like, oh, what's the source of the procedure? Let's see. And that will give you an error. That object does not exist. But how come? I just created the procedure. I just ran the procedure. Like, what's going on? Is the syntax wrong? No, the syntax is okay. Let's see what we have in the database. Oh, we have a procedure called A, just A, no number. Let's see what's the body of that procedure. And you may not see that really well now, but the body is just the body of 2 procedures, like all of them inside one. It's like the Russian dolls. And wow, crazy. Yeah, go back to coding. So, I don't like the parameter names, so I decided to do some selects with one more parameter, one more variable, and no names, just 3 @s. Works pretty well. And sometimes you are tired or annoyed by something, and you want to use curse words. And in many cases, you could see them in the code. But it's not really professional to put some curse words in the code in case someone finds them later on. But you can use all the special characters on the keyboard. So you can declare the variable code like that if you are really angry at someone. And it also works. So you don't have to use the curse words anymore. What about other special characters? Like if I want to select something like that, like the currency symbols, they work. They just return value 0. If I add a number to each symbol, what happens? We have the value, like £10, €20, $30. So let's add the letter here. It works for pounds, it works for euro, and it doesn't work for dollars because dollar means the pseudo column, and SQL Server has 2 pseudo columns. So to create them, I will need to create a table with the identity and a row GUID column, and just put some random names. They keep coming to me, those names, the whole week. I don't know why. And when I select that table, I get the user, the column I created, and the 2 pseudo columns I used, row GUID and identity, and they refer to the identity columns I created in GUID 1. And to finish my demonstration, I will show you the shortcut I just learned recently, Ctrl-Shift-V, which is pretty good because it can keep up to 20 clipboard options. So you can copy whatever you want, and it will give you the results in the list of 20 rows. So thank you very much. I'm Mikey Bronowski, and I was happy to present here at Data Minutes, and hope you have a great and wonderful day and weekend.